Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. And in this Boruto analysis, we are going to explain the Boruto chapter 46, where the fanbase have massive questions regarding the Otsutsuki. If you guys have not seen our Boruto chapter 46 review, then you guys are not on the same page as everyone else in the community. I highly suggest for you to watch it and then come back to this video to understand everything. Now firstly, let me say thank you, because you guys actually got us 20,000 likes on our last video to showcase interest in this topic.
It's showtime!
So, the Naruto Boruto community has some concerns that the last few chapters of the Boruto manga has plot holes and inconsistencies. Some of you guys also mentioned that maybe due to the lack of understanding, certain points introduced by Kodachi feels like he's retconning Kishimoto's work. And in this video, we are going to try and explain some of these plot points. So let's start with actually seeing for ourselves and run through that extra tad bit of information that was added to the history of the Naruto universe so far. One massive plot point added to the history of this series was the concept behind the Otsutsukis. Previously, all we knew about them was based on the earthly history and records of Kaguya and her descendants. However, in the Boruto series, Kaguya Otsutsuki's origin were expanded with the introduction of Momoshiki, Kinshiki along with their clan's objective, where the Otsutsukis are ancient galactic aliens who scour the universe to find planets where they can plant god trees to later cultivate chakra fruits. The god trees bear a fruit by taking all life force of that planet. The Otsutsuki clan deployed their members to each of these planets in pairs, where they are in charge of the cultivation. Kaguya was paired with Isshiki Otsutsuki and sent to Earth. However, it was stated by Amado in chapter 46, Kaguya suddenly turned against her partner Isshiki, where this is highly indicated to happen on Earth more than 1,000 years ago. Either way, Isshiki was backstabbed and then beaten till he pretty much had half his torso ripped apart. Isshiki then ant-manned his way into a monk named Jigen. Not sure if this happened 1,000 years ago or later, but again it's highly indicated it happened 1,000 years ago, which does bring forth problems with the plot, but I'll explain that more in a bit. Regardless, Isshiki controlled Jigen until he bestowed his karma onto him, meaning that he did not give it to him immediately, and also confirming that an Otsutsuki does not need to die to do so. Isshiki then formed the Kara organization to help him execute his plan, which was to resurrect in his full form along with growing a chakra fruit to gain even more power or give it back to his clan. And to add to that, somehow a 10-tailed Jubi fell under Isshiki's possession. Amado stated that this 10-tail is different from the one Naruto and Sasuke fought during the 4th Shinobi War, and the one that Isshiki has is a seed for the god tree. Yes, we learned that the god tree seeds are special Jubis. This plot point really brought a lot of confusion to the community, as it kind of felt like a retcon, but Kodachi avoided any breakage of continuity due to having Amado clarifying that this is not the same 10-tail we have seen before. So that's pretty much all the new information on the history of Naruto, and now we should be all on the same page. And guys, I know there are other additions to the plot, like the introduction of karma, but we have done a whole video explaining karma in detail. If you guys want to watch that after this video, then please do so. But a quick summary is that the Otsutsuki can live on even after death and transcend time by copying themselves into a karma and then bestowing it on a suitable host, later extracting that data, replacing the original host's identity. Okay, with that, let's finally address these plot points, because some may say there are actually some plot holes. So now I'm going to be using balls deep prediction jutsu and logic to explain how this story can make sense. But before I do, please check out our Jigen merch if you haven't. There are so many of you that have supported us, and I can't thank you enough. Right now we are doing 10% off with code Boruto46. I'd also appreciate it if you guys can hit that like button and notification bell as we cover Boruto on a weekly basis. Now, starting with the fact that the Otsutsukis are the one who planted the god tree in the first place, this new information alludes to more questions, like who actually planted the god tree on Earth before Kaguya and Isshiki arrived. Was it Kaguya or another set of Otsutsukis? We know that these aliens can live for a long period of time. Well, in chapter 46, Amado stated that Kaguya and Isshiki planned to plant the tree and harvest it, meaning that they were the ones who planted it. So did Kaguya arrive on Earth 2,000 years or more prior to the storyline? And when exactly was this god tree planted on Earth? Well, according to the anime, a god tree seed landed on Earth from a meteorite several millennia ago. But with this new addition of information, things can actually be seen differently. It could very well be that Kaguya and Isshiki sent the 10-tailed seed during that time. So we're talking millennia ago. We also know that these humans recorded in their history that the god tree produces a chakra fruit every 1000 years, meaning that it was part of their history, and it is very likely that the tree had produced more than one fruit. So how many times was the earth cultivated? And it seems that once the tree bears a fruit, the earth life force still allows room for growth. This explanation is due to the fact during the era of the god tree Kaguya ate from, there was still life residing on earth, which could either mean that the chakra fruit wasn't fully ripe before it was eaten by Kaguya, that it needed more time to devour all the planet's energy, or the chakra fruit was ripe enough and the earth had more than enough energy for the god tree to bear another fruit. Let's not forget that once Kaguya ate from the tree, the god tree just continued to absorb the earth's energy, meaning that another fruit could have been formed. So coming back to the question, how many times was the earth chakra fruit consumed? And even though there isn't any information on this, we can logically suggest yes, the Otsutsukis did cultivate and eat a fruit from earth beforehand. How do you know, you ask? Well, in the Boruto chapter 45, Amado also explained that the Otsutsukis evolve and upgrade their DNA every time they eat a planet's fruit. The tree, when it absorbs the energy of the planet, also absorbs the DNA makeup of all the living beings in it. And when the divine fruit is eaten, the Otsutsukis upgrade the DNA makeup. Logically, this would mean that the earth chakra fruit should give the Otsutsuki some human DNA. And from what we know, Kaguya actually managed to get knocked up with babies in the bun by a human before she is even seen eating the god tree fruit. So if she is an alien, how is this even possible? And usually different species cannot produce an offspring. The only two explanation this would have is that the Otsutsukis evolved similarly to the humans and Kishimoto did some Dragon Ball Z type of shit. But this still isn't really scientifically plausible unless we follow anime bullshit science. Then yes, everything is possible. However, Kodachi can actually give a more logical route in Boruto's writing, where another explanation could give the plausibility of Kaguya getting pregnant. That would be because she ate a chakra fruit from earth beforehand, which upgraded her DNA similar to a human's biology. This would also explain why an alien like Kaguya fell in love with a human in the first place and has so much care and love for earth. Maybe she had much more fruits from earth, giving her more human DNA than the other Otsutsukis, ultimately making her decision to betray the clan. Now another question that everyone is asking is, how the hell did Isshiki take over Jigen's body for 1000 years or more, and if he did, why did he let the events that transpired on earth occur, such as all the 4 wars, Naruto and Sasuke becoming godlike, or even Black Zetsu succeeding in his plans? Why would he let his former partner Kaguya, who betrayed him, actually resurrect? We can certainly confirm that these events would be foiling his plans instead of helping him.
That don't make no sense.
So why? In chapter 45, it was indicated that Isshiki was inside Jigen for thousands of years, and remember how he bodied Naruto and Sasuke quite easily in chapter 38? What stopped him from doing this earlier? Well, this points towards the fact that Isshiki must have been slowly extracting his karma seal to Jigen. My guy must be using some USB 0.1 technology and not USB 3.0. You know what I'm saying? This means his karma only got near completion recently. Ukiyo Kodachi pretty much confirmed this in volume 11 of Boruto. We also learnt in chapter 46, Isshiki can't resurrect himself in Jigen because his body cannot hold his chakra or life essence, making him an incomplete vessel. In the beginning, Isshiki was living inside Jigen's body, absorbing all his nutrients to sustain himself. He only decided to give Jigen the karma when he had full control over his body over time, step by step, starting with his brain, then his outer body parts. Now, for the story to make sense, it must have mean Isshiki extracted the karma to near completion on Jigen only recently, more than likely within the last 16 years. Because the story even explains to us that Isshiki, after realizing that Jigen was such a poor vessel, he had to go through lengthy procedures of doing karma blood transference experiments, killing thousands of children, which wasn't even possible in the Naruto world until recently since the advancement of science and technology. Isshiki needed Amado and his knowledge of inorganic technology to be able to perform these experiments and form Kara. This is why Amado has so much knowledge about the Otsutsuki clan, since Isshiki would need to explain how their powers work to be able to create specific inorganic technology that would fulfill his desires. If Jigen has Ishiki's karma seal longer than that and had the power he showcased against adult Naruto at his disposal, we as fans can't help but believe that there at some point was a plot hole or a flaw of logic per se.
That don't make no sense.
Because let's be real here. I'm pretty sure Isshiki would have been able to body literally anyone in the entire Naruto series, excluding a few exceptions. The fact that karma got to this level recently is further proven by the creator of Boruto stating in an interview found in volume 11 of the manga, where we learn that the Kara organization is the reason the Boruto world has seen such a rapid adaptation of the scientific ninja tools. Basically, the outer member of Kara started spreading these tools to scientists and engineers of different villages so that Isshiki can create technology which would allow him to transfer the karma seal to another vessel where he can truly resurrect himself. That vessel is of course Kawaki. As of right now, we are all scratching our heads since there still might be a plot hole. This is because Amado stated in chapter 45 that Jigen was a normal human being who was a monk. He also states that Isshiki did not literally take over his body and was actually doing the opposite, as he was acting like a parasite. So how does Jigen look so young if this happened thousands of years ago? How could he even have lived so long? Well, the only way we can explain this is that the karma extraction managed to manipulate and slow down the aging process of Jigen. Let's not forget that Otsutsukis themselves can live for God knows how long, and they extend their life by eating chakra fruits. That's why it's so important to them. It's not like we haven't seen this concept before. In chapter 632, it was confirmed that the Tsunade uses the strength of 100 seals to keep her youthful appearance. The strength of 100 seal is a jutsu from the Sage of Six Path era, confirmed in Boruto chapter 36, and the characters confirmed that they will research the jutsu to find out more and how it's linked to the karma seal. And if you use balls deep analysis, we can know how, due to how the nature of the jutsu is, which is by storing a vast amount of chakra over extended periods of time into a specific point on their bodies, and then the user creates this into a seal. This is what the Otsutsukis do with their identity and transfer their data in karma. So the story may follow a path where Boruto has to learn how to reverse this type of jutsu to stop Momoshiki from completely taking over his body, who is extracting his DNA every single second. This is quite similar to how Tsunade stores chakra and then unleashes it in the strength of 100 seals, but with Boruto and his karma, it's just a longer procedure. But it's very possible that Boruto can reverse the extraction process for the karma, just like how Tsunade stores her chakra into the seal. He can reform the seal and control it, which would give him and everyone else long enough time for them to get rid of the karma. So now let's talk about the power scaling. Like, why is Amado so scared of Isshiki? Why does he think that the Otsutskis are such a big threat to the point of even suggesting to kill Boruto before Momoshiki is revealed? Did Amado forget that Sasuke and Naruto defeated and sealed Kaguya? They destroyed Momoshiki and Kinshiki with Boruto? Why is Isshiki so different? Well, it's quite simple, you see. My guy wants to save the world from devastation.
Of course!
These alien parasites are powerful, more powerful than the strongest duo in history of the shinobi world. Because remember in chapter 38, Naruto and Sasuke got smacked down by Jigen, a broken vessel. Isshiki wasn't even able to go to his full form. With everything said, it seems as though Isshiki is much stronger than Kaguya. And considering that Naruto and Sasuke didn't really defeat Kaguya, rather they just locked her away with the 6 path seals. Let's also not forget that the fight was 5 vs 1. On top of that, there was Kakashi, Obito, and Sakura. Yes, I'm counting Sakura for that punch alone, fam. Give her the credit he deserves.
No!
And at the end of the day, Naruto is a shonen, and in shonen, the next big enemy has to be stronger than the last, you know? So it makes sense that Isshiki is gonna be like one of the strongest OP characters in the game. Actually, you know what? No, scrap that. The Otsutsuki King is obviously going to be the strongest, but you know, we'll get to that in another video, so let's not go too far ahead. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, if Isshiki was stronger than Kaguya, how did Kaguya defeat Isshiki? Well, Amado said that she snuck up on him. He was surprised that Kaguya, a princess of the clan, would do such a thing. And not just this, but Kaguya is most likely much stronger than Momoshiki, who was a big challenge for Naruto and Sasuke. Isshiki is most likely stronger than Momoshiki because when he saw Boruto's karma, he made a remark saying, oh, that Momoshiki, he got a good vessel. And the tone of this remark suggested that Momoshiki was on a lower standing than Isshiki. Along with that, Momoshiki's reaction to Kawaki's karma showed that he got upset, giving us clues that Isshiki was a concern to him. So, a revived Isshiki would be way stronger than a revived Kaguya, as Isshiki in a poor vessel like Jigen bodied Naruto and Sasuke in their adult forms. If he were to revive and with no 6 path seals to seal him away, it's game over for the humans. So the next question is, why did Kaguya not kill Isshiki when she had the chance? Like, man's got no legs, no body, she could have easily destroyed him. Then why didn't she? Well, either the dude escaped just in time, or, which is more likely, she never intended to kill kill him. Basically, there is a law where the Otsutsukis cannot kill their clan members. We see this with Urashiki in Boruto. Oh no guys, I know you didn't want me to mention his name, but I have to for this point. No! Where he goes to visit Tenori on the moon, and instead of killing him, he puts him on a 10,000 year time seal rather than kill him for his crimes of messing around with Boruto and Hinata. Remember, Tenori isn't even full-blooded Otsutsuki, so of course Kaguya isn't going to kill Isshiki.
Of course!
Because the other clan members will realize that one of their own has been killed and dispatch more members to see what's up. And Kaguya can't have this happen, as if another member comes to Earth, they will likely destroy the population and unroot the peace in the planet. And before Kaguya ate the fruit and the power corrupted her, she cared for the humans and their lives. As we see her telling the Emperor, of course, that she wants peace and no bloodshed. The last and final question that's on everyone's minds is, how the heck did Isshiki get that 10 tails?
What? What the fuck?
And how does that 10 tail have chakra for Isshiki to borrow? Well, as of now, there isn't much to go on. Rather, we can come up and postulate many theories, which I can give some. One, that Isshiki had stored the 10 tails away with his Ant-Man no jutsu, and when the time was right, he brought it into place and planted it for a while, where it absorbed enough chakra for it to grow as big as it did. Later, Isshiki moved the UB to the dimension where we see it to protect the existence of it, and only allowed certain Kara members to have access. The second theory is that it was from another planet, and then Isshiki moved it to the dimension so then it can be released on Earth. Because let's not forget that these Otsutsukis have space-time jutsu. Anyway guys, I hope I explained some of the plot points and clarified some of your issues. But if you guys have more questions, put it down in the comment section below, and we'll definitely address them in the next episode of Boruto Balls Deep. Okay, no, seriously, we also possibly might make another video on the Otsutsuki King and give you guys the ins and out on how we think the Boruto series will end. If you guys do want that, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Till then, we'll catch you guys till next time.